What's up, y'all? As y'all see, I'm riding in the car with my Honda, with my baby. So we was just talking about, you know, faith and stuff like that, the word. We was talking about, like, when I came home from prison, how I wanted to go to Atlanta, and she was in Atlanta at the time, and blah, blah, blah. I realized, like, God was trying to send me to her, and then she came home, right? And then I was battling with, should I still go? But he knew she went home, and then that's why I was feeling like I need to stay. But then she ended up leaving again, and that's why I was confused about going to Atlanta still. But then she came back home, and then I ended up staying home or whatever. And I was like, man, we was gonna end up meeting each other anyway, probably in Atlanta. It was like, you know, everything was meant to be. But as we was talking about that, I was talking about like faith or whatever like that, and I was like, sometimes your faith can be a fence to seeing beyond where you are or whatever. And she was like, how can your faith be a fence? And I'm like, because, you know, faith is something positive. So how can it be something negative? Because if you think of a fence, you think of something that's blocking, something that's a barrier, something in your way. And like I just said, something where that stops you from seeing over something. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you that your faith sometimes can be a fence from seeing beyond where you are, because that's what fences are for. Fences are for so that nobody can see beyond where they are, right? That's what the fence is for. This is your house, your backyard. Nobody need to see in, and also because of that, you can't see out. So even though you made it so you don't want nobody to see in, but it's also hindering you from seeing out. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, dang, young, your faith can be a fence sometimes if you're not careful. Because in prison, the reason I was thinking about going to Atlanta is because I didn't want to come back to a situation that I thought was negative for me back in D.C. And I was like, man, I just felt like God was sending me to Atlanta. And I was like, man, you know, I want to go to Atlanta because I'm hearing God. And it's further than where I am, so I kind of see why he's telling me to go there. But then I had so much faith in God that I was like, man, I know God can keep me if I choose to stay. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I know God can keep me. So I was like, I was using my faith to say stay, right? But then also my faith was being a fence because it was stopping me from seeing further than where I was or further than the situation. God was, because obviously my wife was there. God was trying to get me to see that I needed to be somewhere where I wasn't. But I was like, man, nah, man, I understand that. But man, I just trust God to keep me, because if I decide to stay, which he will. But he knew what I didn't see at the time. And my faith was kind of being a fence. So sometimes we have to make sure that we removing every barrier that we have in a way, even if it's our own faith. Because we're not supposed to have faith in what we believe. We're supposed to have faith in what God said. We're supposed to have faith in what God sees. We're supposed to have faith in what God shows. Because sometimes as Christians, and we grow in our faith, we believe like effortlessly. Our lives are full of belief. We say, man, I can go in the hood, you know what I'm saying, because I believe God won't allow me to get shot. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes your faith will be a hindrance, because listen, you might not need to be in the hood at 11 o'clock at night trying to witness the gospel. And if, you know what I'm saying, if something happened, you can't get mad at God and say he ain't protect you, because he probably was trying to tell you to say, listen, you know, go over here first because there's something going on there. So I'm just telling you, it's okay to have faith in God and believe God. But when you know God has spoken, don't exercise your ability to believe and your ability for when you have grown in your faith over what God is saying and what God is showing. Listen, have faith in God. That's what the scripture says. Don't have faith in your own faith. Have faith in God.